PR Forum videos. This is the Pete's Premium Parlay Show for NFL Week 16. I'm Peter Loshak, and I'm going to do two parlays this week, one in the NFL, one in college, and I'm still up overall on the year, plus 291 though. My profits are getting lower and lower each week with each losing parlay, still up 13.9% in terms of ROI, but if I lose both parlays this week, I'll be only up $91. So it's crunch time now, baby. I got to come through. I got two 3-team parlays doing round robins of 2s and 3s. So going very conservative. Hopefully I can get a couple winners. All right, NFL Week 16. Pretty interesting this week. The thing that stands out to me is I talked to Brent from BetDSI, and all the sharp action that he told me about, except for San Francisco on Monday night, is all on totals, and a lot of it's on unders where the public is betting the overs. And that makes me nervous. Dallas, Washington, Chicago, Philly, and Minnesota, Cincinnati are all supposedly sharp sides on the under, and but the line is holding steady because the public is overwhelmingly on the over in all three of those games. So, you know, I considered including all three of them, but just made me nervous. The sharps took the under 56 in Chicago, Philly, according to Brent, and also the first half under 28.5. Public's on the over, but with Chicago's defense, just cannot pull the trigger on the under, and that's, I guess, why I am not a sharp. I am a public bettor. Same thing with Dallas, Washington. The sharp supposedly on the under 53.5. Public is big on the over in that one, so the line is holding steady, even though the sharps are pounding the under 53.5. Minnesota, Cincinnati. Sharps are on the under 48. Public's on the over. But then again, if you followed these the videos that I do with Brent every week in college football, the sharp action has been really good for the entire season. In the NFL, it has not been that good. Definitely under 500, and a lot of the big public sides have actually covered, including two last week. Seattle, Kansas City were both huge public sides, and they both covered. So the fact that Brent tells me that the sharps are on those totals, doesn't hold a ton of water with me. Although I'm sure that he's given me good information. Those guys are long-term winners, but that's the sharp action supposedly for this week. The sharps did come in on one over though. Oakland, San Diego at over 48, and then the public followed them at 49 and 50. Now it's 50.5. So that's probably had great value at 48, 50.5, maybe not. And then Stephen O. This guy has given us 6 winners in a row, and this week he likes New Orleans +3 against Carolina. I almost took that one. They're +3, +100 at BetDSI. Just couldn't pull the trigger, but that's the way it's been every week. Last week, Stephen O recommended Seattle every week. I'm tempted to put his picks in the parlays. Can't quite pull the trigger, and of course, they've covered for 6 weeks in a row. All right, let's get to the picks that I am going to include in the parlay this week. First one is going to be the over 42.5 in Miami Buffalo. This one's a little bit tricky, right? Total's gone down a little bit, and that's because both E.J. Manuel and Stevie Johnson are going to be out for the Bills. Thad Lewis is going to be at quarterback, and it's supposed to be raining, right? 97% chance of rain, 20-kilometer wind, which is about 12 miles an hour wind. So the total's down to 42.5. Wouldn't be surprised if this one even went lower by kickoff, but I'm still liking the over here. I'm still going to take the over 42.5. Thad Lewis is going to be at quarterback. I think Buffalo's still going to run, their up-tempo offense. Miami's basically passing all the time now. And it is going to be raining only about half an inch. And we've seen time and time again this year how, even with much worse weather conditions than that, the over has still somehow come through. So, weather matters in the NFL for sure. But given all the situations here, I'm going to take Miami Buffalo over 42.5 as the first pick. Then the second leg of the parlay that I'm going to include is Tennessee Jacksonville over 44. I previewed that game with Chris Sharp, newcomer from VegasKillers.com, and that was the pick that he liked in that game as well, and his reasoning did make sense to me. It's his revenge game for Tennessee. The reports are that they are going to come in here, try to get a win, and play hard. And the first game went into the 50s. It went to 56. Both these teams have been going over recently. Jacksonville's games, their last 2 home games went to 47. Their games have been going over in general recently. Same thing with Tennessee. So, 44, not a huge NFL total, and I think this one's more likely than not to get over. So I agree with Chris Sharp, and I'm going to include that second play in the parlay. And then the third leg is going to be the Jets -2. And, the big X factor here is Geno Smith. Is he going to come and have another, complete crap the bed game? Quarterback rating of 8. I don't think so. It does feel like the team is going to continue to, try to play hard and win for Coach Ryan, especially at home. If the defense can return to its earlier level this year and Geno Smith has a reasonable game, then I think the Jets should be able to win and get a cover. The Browns, of course, cornerback Joe Hayden and their leading receiver, tight end Jordan Cameron might be out for this game. If they're in, could be hobbled by injuries a little bit. So, and of course, the Browns just suck in general. So, all in all, I think that the Jets -2, probably a pretty decent bet. So those are 3 picks. Miami, Buffalo over 42.5, Tennessee, Jacksonville over 44, and the Jets -2. And those are all -110. So I'm going to do a three-teamer with a round robin of 2s and 3s, so that's $100 to win $347.30. And if only 2 of those win, it basically breaks even. It loses $9. Hopefully, all 3 of them will win, and I'll be up nicely once again. All right, that's my Pete's Premium Parlay for NFL Week 16.